Welcome to the Labour Force. I'm Mbongeni Muthwa. Thousands of workers poured into the streets countrywide yesterday to participate in COSATU's national strike against corruption, retrenchments and gender-based violence. This was contrary to an earlier decision announced by COSATU that there would be no marches because of the coronavirus. The usual sea of red in the streets of Johannesburg, contrary to an earlier call by COSATU for workers to stay at home because of the coronavirus pandemic. There was no social distancing and an uneven wearing of masks by protesters. First up, Minerals Council of South Africa, formerly the Chamber of Mines, where they handed over a memorandum of grievances mainly about massive retrenchments in the economy. They proceeded to the Gauteng Premier's office and handed over a memorandum addressed to President Cyril Ramaphosa.
For the next 3 years, until 2024, you will receive not a single increase.
Thousands of workers also turned up in Pretoria. They marched to the National Treasury and the Department of Employment and Labour. Government's refusal to increase public sector wages by 7% in line with the 2018 Public Sector Wage Agreement topped the list of grievances.
Workers in this country, bayamisebenzini, not to sell their lives and limbs, but to sell their labor in order for them to be remunerated.
Transport Minister Fikile Mbalula and Employment and Labour Minister Thulas Nxesi were there to accept the memorandum.
On behalf of the President and behalf of the Cabinet, we have accepted this memorandum and these issues.
In Mpumalanga Province, hundreds of workers marched to the Premier's office in Bombela. In Limpopo, COSATU General Secretary Mbongeni led the march to the Premier's office in Polokwane. In the Northwest Province, COSATU members came out in big numbers despite the rainy weather. In the Northern Cape, there were marches in Kimberley, Uppington and in Kuruman. In the Eastern Cape, there were marches in Port Elizabeth and in Umtata. Threats to shut down the economy did not materialize, but the labour federations were far from disappointed. COSATU says there will be more worker demonstrations in the coming months. Mbongeni Muthwa, SABC News, Johannesburg. Well, we were meant to speak to the General Secretary of COSATU, Mr. Mbongeni, to take an in-depth look at the events of yesterday, but we've just learned that he can no longer be with us. You can join us, though, later in the evening at 9 on Economics Unbound, where we'll be taking an in-depth look at the labour landscape in the country currently. Up next, the Alternative Investor with Natasha Arense. Stay with us.